Welcome to Talks with Don, episode 6. Today's title is Do You Have Power Over Yourself, or does someone else have power over you? First, we want to get started with some libations from my ancestors. This is from my ancestors whose voices were heard and who stood up for us and lifted us up vibrationally through their voices, but are no longer here due to the powers that be. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Grand Rising, let's get some of this good energy. Let's get some of this good energy. Let's get some of this good energy. This is for the ones whose voices were heard before us. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Ashe. Let's get this good energy. First, we want to get into some music by yours truly, Don and Issa. It's entitled The Process. Saying goes down water, 6 on level. You was attracted to ice on the bezel. The key to the door is that life's about levels. This is a tale about angels and devils. You got the gift, what's a lotus to petals. God say protected, it's potent, it's special. They come for the gift, try to run with the gift. Inherently, you must be one with the gift. You cannot take this and code it through time. Perfection or craft must be molded like iron. Here you go, son, just hold it as mine. To siphon from chosen and spiritual crime. Infinity stones and songs I came to collect. Sunshine is bright, but rain is so wet. To hear the calling, I had to be alone. The casualty of wrongs, the rarity of stones. Flawless, diamonds, sapphires, rubies. Sometimes it feels like a duty. Missing the signal can become spooky. Ashe. Never know the hour to be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaner than a shower. 7:20 is the time that I picked up the day. Pass this test, get the crown. You gon' be great. Don't be late. I won't be late. You were talking to someone that owns the stakes. This message inside is for you. Discover myself. I had to view myself as a youth. Check what I had to call on recruits. Too many soldiers to fit in a coop. If you are never alone, how can you hear your calling? Dark night of the surface, the peoples that's falling. Gift we discuss, you can't touch it or see it. You must be careful of energy leeches. Learn to discern the finicky species. The ones that get it, get it. If you hit it still, motherfucker, just beat it. To be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaner than a shower. You never know the hour to be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, Come out cleaning in the shower. Break these chains, break these chains, break these chains. It's time for the firing squad, y'all. Getting one was go inside. Everything we need is inside us, above, so is below. I shade. Thank you to the pieces that were necessary for character development. I shade. One, I do this with love. So, the topic of today's YouTube video is, do you have power over yourself, or does someone else have power over you? Story time. So, one day I was out on a Sunday at a restaurant that I like to eat at. I met this Indian cat that was here visiting for the holidays. And somehow we got to talking. We got to discussing different females and different conquests or whatever. You know how guys do. So, he tells me that he lives in Colorado. And I know this is funny and it might seem outlandish, but this is a serious topic. So he tells me that he lives in Colorado, and this story takes place maybe, I think November of 2024. This is after the election. Everything ties in. So he says he lives in Colorado. He's here visiting for the holidays. So we're talking about women, and just a coincidence, even though he's an Indian man, he says that he deals with African American women. So we were talking about some of his jump offs, sneaky link situations. We are grown, we know what that means. So he says that he met a woman that was an arms dealer for the government, black woman to be exact, said she didn't have any children. So this is already after the election had been won. So the story that he told me takes place before the election was won. So we're not going to refer to the lady that lost, because I don't want to give her name any power, because this is what this topic is about. So we're just going to refer and just say Lady VP. So he meets a woman that's a arms dealer for the government. She's a black woman. He's an Indian man. So a lot of these times, black females, they feel like females or males of other races will go for anything, that they're green. So he tells me the story that he went out to eat with her one night. They got drunk off wine or whatever, came back to her place, and so when they got back to her place, she asked him, before they get down to doing that little sneaky link duty or whatever, have you voted yet? And he says, just because he wants to get the sneaky link rewards, he lies and says, yeah, I voted already. And the young black woman tells him, I'm not going to give you any sex unless you vote for Lady VP. So him being a man, he lies. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Blah blah blah. So he tells me the situation progresses on that during the whatever that this young lady, when it's time for the man to finish or whatnot, he tells me that she's on her knees, he's standing up, and before he finishes, this young African American woman tells him, "Come for Lady VP, come for Lady VP." And I just bust out laughing because I could not believe it. And I told him, I'm going to tell this story. And he told me, man, tell it, tell it, tell it, tell it. And I'm telling this story for young men to protect their seed and for young women and young men to protect their energy, because if you don't protect your energy, there are elements, entities, people trying to use extra energy that you put off in your everyday life to manifest what they want for themselves. So, like I say, the topic of the day is, do you have power over yourself or does someone else have power over you? Without getting too deep into what was going on was a form of sex magic. And young men, you have to be careful with where you place your seed, aka life force energy, because that is one of the most valuable things on the planet. Without going too deep, you have entities that fight for your life force energy or your seed in the fourth dimension. That's how powerful it is, because it contains a lot of elements that are found here on the earth: gold, iron, etc. So it's good scientifically for manifesting things into the physical. And the woman is the portal. That's just a small science lesson on the science behind what was going on with this situation with this Indian man, this African American woman, and her trying to use his life force energy to manifest a win for the Lady VP. So, men and women, do you have power over yourself? Exercise power over your own thoughts. Exercise power over your own body. Exercise self-control over what you do, because if you don't, somebody else will use that energy and harness it into a physical manifestation for themselves. So, man, that story is funny, but it's a real one. So, like I said, young men, young women, continue, if you're on a high vibrational journey of harnessing and protecting your energy for yourself, whatever ways you have to put up energetic boundaries for yourself, find them. I will discuss some later on in the Talks with Don series. But for today, I'm going to keep this short. That's a funny yet serious lesson that can be learned from an everyday interaction about protecting your energy. That's all I have to say on that topic for today. We're going to continue to get some good energy. Let's continue to raise the vibration of the collective one day at a time. Ashe. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe.